Welcome to another episode of the 15-Minute a Day Cure. Today's topic, how to create a self-care routine. Hi, I'm Margot Staten of BeGoodToYourselfByMargot.com. Here I teach you simple strategies to improve your quality of life. If you're new to my channel, lovely to have you, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So let's jump into today's lesson, 7 self-care practices. Now, what is self-care? I'm very pleased that self-care has kind of become a mainstream attraction. However, self-care is a basic life necessity. I know that oftentimes it's portrayed as an indulgence. So we talk about bath bombs and spas and getting a manicure, or your hair done. And again, those are all lovely additions to a self-care practice. But self-care is really just you caring for yourself. It has a lot to do with prioritizing yourself. It has a lot to do with self-love. A lot of us do a fantastic job taking care of others. We take care of our kids and our family members and our partners and our friends, and we take care of people at the workplace. But oftentimes what we do is we neglect ourselves. So self-care is really developing good practices where you prioritize taking care of yourself. Because if you yourself are not feeling well, if you're, not taking care of possibly a chronic illness that you might have or a mental health condition, and you're kind of putting that last on your priority list, how effective and efficient are you when it comes to taking care of other people? So again, self-care is not selfish. Self-love is not selfish. You become more effective and more efficient when you respect yourself, when you love yourself, when you dedicate time to take care of yourself. So today's lesson is all about specifically 7 self-care practices. So let's jump in and talk about number 1. So number 1 is having a good morning routine. A lot of you might probably know that the way your day starts off tends to be how the rest of your day is going to go. So if you wake up in a bad mood, if your, morning is very hectic and stressful, then you tend to be on edge for the rest of the day. So you don't need to overhaul and make, your morning routine or your morning ritual something overwhelming where you're, taking a bath and dedicating 30 minutes to reading a book. If that doesn't fit into your morning, if your morning is very hectic and involves, taking care of your kids and your dog and your partner and shuffling to get out of the house, that's fine. But you want to make sure that your morning routine, even for 10 to 15 minutes, is something that de-stresses you. I have another video. I'm going to put a link to it in the description, which talks about specifically what's a good morning ritual to have. And again, it starts off with merely, opening the blinds, letting sunlight in, listening to maybe some good music, drinking water, things of that nature. But again, morning routines you need to develop one. Morning routines are very, very subjective to every single person, but you need to do things and sort of reevaluate and reflect, right? Even at this moment, go through, what does your morning look like? What kind of mood do you put yourself in the morning? And maybe just tweak and adjust it a little bit to de-stress and put yourself in a positive mind space. Number 2, when it comes to self-care, and oftentimes overlooked by us, is taking care of your physical health. That is very, very important. So again, maybe you have a chronic condition, maybe you have diabetes, maybe you have asthma, whatever it may be, what are you doing to sort of better your physical health? Are you exercising? Are you sticking to a particular diet? Are you taking your medication? Are you seeing your doctor regularly? Again, this is all self-care practices. And oftentimes what we say is, well, I don't have time to go to the doctor, or I don't have time to do this, and I don't have time to do this. You have to make time. It's about time management. And again, it's about prioritizing yourself and feeling well. Life is about happiness. When we are sick, we are not happy. When we are not happy, we're not effective in sort of, in general, what our life looks like. Number 3, don't forget to take care of your mental health. Physical health is important, absolutely, but so is your mental health. What are your stress levels looking like? Do you suffer from anxiety? Do you have a mental health condition? Maybe you're bipolar, or maybe you suffer from depression. What are you doing to help yourself? Are you seeing a doctor? Are you taking medication? Again, are you exercising? What are you doing to take care of your mental health? Or are you just pretending like it doesn't exist? Conditions, whether mental health or chronic illnesses, do not go away on their own. You have to take an active role, respect yourself, love yourself, do things to make yourself feel better. Number 4, surround yourself with positive people. Again, self-care practices and sort of the purpose of our lives is to be happy, is to be fulfilled. Surrounding yourself with negativity and surrounding yourself by negative people kind of just drags you down into a hole. I'm not saying eliminate every negative person from your life, right? That's not possible, but try to, as much as possible, surround yourself by positive people. Surround yourself with positive sayings. Surround yourself with positive things that uplift your mood. Number 5, start exercising. I talk about this all the time. Exercise does not in any way, shape, or form need to be going to the gym. I personally don't like the gym. But what are you doing for exercise? It could be, instead of, driving 5 blocks, it could be walking. It could be walking up and down the stairs instead of taking an elevator. It could be doing 10 minutes of Zumba a day, which is what I enjoy. It could be doing yoga. It could just be doing basic stretches. Exercise needs to be part of your daily routine, and it doesn't need to be a half an hour, 2 hours a day. It could be 15 minutes a day. Every day is fantastic. If you can't commit to every day, every other day. Again, find an exercise regimen that works for you. Find one that you enjoy. Find one that you have fun when you're doing. Me and my daughter do Zumba, and it's great. It's silly. We laugh. We have a good time. And again, it's a form of exercise. So incorporate your family members, whatever, but find time in your day to just kind of plug in a little bit of exercise. Number 6, eat healthy. When I say eat healthy, I don't mean, eliminate every joy in your life. I don't mean completely cut out chocolate cake unless that's what the doctor tells you. It's about having balance, right? Self-care is about creating happiness and balance in your life. But we all can eat better, and eating healthy could be incorporating, more fruits and vegetables in your diet, maybe staying away from fried foods. Again, it depends on how your body feels. It depends on what type of chronic condition you may or may not have. It depends on a lot of things, but reevaluate sort of what your eating habits are and identify where maybe you can eat a little bit better. Maybe instead of deep frying something, you broil it. Again, I'm kind of not a big promoter of just eliminating all the foods that we like to eat. I think it's unrealistic when we tell somebody to just stop eating all your favorite stuff, right? Don't eat ice cream anymore. It's just not realistic, right? But everything needs to be done in moderation. So eat healthy. And finally, number 7, practice self-love. It's very challenging to practice any type of self-care where we dedicate time to taking care of our body, our mind, and our spirit, right? Sort of the holistic perspective on taking care of ourselves. Typically, I find when I'm working with clients that everything starts off with self-love. If you don't value yourself, if you don't respect yourself, you are less likely to practice any kind of self-care strategy that kind of uplifts you and makes you feel happy. A lot of people, again, they think that self-care is some type of narcissism or very, very egotistical. I'm not implying that you should only care for yourself and nobody else, right? But the reality is, again, the issue that most of us face is not that we're not taking care of others. It's that we take care of others more than we take care of ourselves. And that is not a good thing. So you need to make sure that you're practicing self-love strategies as well. You are important. You have value, okay? You deserve to feel good. You deserve to be happy. But until you yourself realize that, none of these other things are going to happen. Okay, so those are the 7 self-care practices. Again, my recommendation is, doing all 7 is fantastic, but the reality of it is start with 1, start with 2, maybe start with your morning routine. I think that a morning routine is the most crucial because, again, how you start your morning and what mindset you're in the morning dictates the rest of your day. and sort of work your way through, right? Incorporating more and more self-care practices that, again, work for you, not for somebody else. Just because your friend or family member has specific routines throughout the day for self-care doesn't mean that that's going to work for you. You need to evaluate your schedule. You need to identify self-care practices that work for you, and little by little start incorporating more of doing things for yourself. Okay? And you're going to be much more effective in helping other people as well. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what maybe your favorite self-care practice is. And always remember to be good to yourself.